I remember standing in front of many strangers holding pictures of sick and abandoned dogs, trying to get people to care. And the strange thing was, they actually did. The moment they actually saw it. I once organized an offline fundraising event at a TEDx event in Ghana with more than volunteers in my Eco Club Locust events. So we were gathered in an open space, in a public space, talked, explained about the condition of the animal shelter in Ghana, named Scream for Help. And we showed them the pictures, we explained about the condition of the animal shelter, which was poor, lack of food, the serious health problems that the dogs were facing, and the poor living conditions in the animal construction, in the animal shelters that needed a construction. But in the end, we managed to gather around 3 million keystones. Being at the age of 16, it meant a lot for me. But what stayed with me wasn't the money. What stayed with me was something much deeper. It was a realization that people are not indifferent in front of the problems. Most of the people do not see the problems clearly enough to act on it. So that moment and my experience taught me something important, something special, which was related with crowdfunding. So today, I'll be talking about crowdfunding. What is crowdfunding? What are the types of crowdfunding? And can we do a crowdfunding? Yes. So crowdfunding is when many people gather, when many people contribute a small amount of money to support an idea, project, or a cause, or solve a problem like the case that I have mentioned before. So, in crowdfunding, people do not rely on one big investor. They rely on a community of people who believe in their ideas, who believe in themselves that they can do that project or they can solve that problem, a global, real-world problem. So, there are 3 main types of crowdfunding. The first one is that it's a donation-based crowdfunding. In donation-based crowdfunding, people support amount of money to solve a real global problems, like scarcity in Palestine, in Gaza, or let's say animal shelters or problems that society is facing. Now, the second type of crowdfunding is called reward-based crowdfunding, where people invest money in return of rewards. And the third type of crowdfunding is called financial-based crowdfunding, in which people contribute amounts of money in return of financial return, and when the project will probably succeed. So, what I'm talking is not just about theory. It's about it's about real results. There is one website called Kickstarter that is based on financial and reward-based crowdfunding. It's an online platform. And according to Kickstarter's web statistics, over $7 billion have been invested to 250,000 projects, which were fully funded and successfully run on. And according to GoFundMe's platform, an online donation-based crowdfunding platform, over $30 billion have been raised globally to solve the real-world problems. And in an example of Oculus VR, one of the biggest tech company, which got started its first investment from Kickstarter event, can be another example. So, crowdfunding matters. Crowdfunding matters because it's not about the resources. It's about people, strangers believing in each other, putting the trust by believing in their ideas and trying to solve a problem. Now, if you want to do a crowdfunding yourself, you might ask, so how can I do it? So first, You don't need the money. You don't need the resource. You need an idea. And of the idea, you need a beautiful story connected to it that you can show it to the world. So you got your idea, you got your story, now you need audience, a public, a crowd who can support your idea by their trust, by their money, by their resources that they have. So after you got the structure of idea, story, and the audience, like platforms that I have mentioned before, Kickstarter, GoFundMe platforms, or just offline people that we are standing right now, that you can just express your idea and get a fund. And afterwards, you'll be able to use one of the most powerful things that most people lack, crowdfunding. And finally, no matter the platform, no matter the web or whatever, the principle stays the same. Crowdfunding is many people believing in the ideas that people can build on it. Crowdfunding is about turning I can do it into we can do it together. So maybe the next idea that can change the world will not come from someone with the most resources, but someone who can simply show the world the idea that it cannot simply ignore. And that someone can be in this room. Thank you.